Friends, welcome. Today we have Bianca Mina with us at ECU Film Festival. She's a filmmaker, has made a number of films. Thank you very much for joining Genesis News Network, Bianca.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Tell us basically about your recent project, a recent film, Play Paris for Me.
So Play Paris for Me is about the condition of the artists in today's world and the struggles that they face. And the message is that you have to use your own voice.
What are the three main problems which a young filmmaker or young artist face in the present world, according to you?
Well, first of all, it's becoming more and more expensive to survive. So I would say that surviving. And then also for me as a woman in film, I think there's a problem of credibility that women still have.
So what is the biggest problem a woman filmmaker?
Coming from Romania, you are dealing with definitely a boys' club. You are not trusted with having an authority over your crew, and also they still make such a big separation between genders. For example, when I got hired at a big studio in Romania, I was working with the head of content, who was a man, and right off the bat he called me into his office and he said, he was very frazzled, and he said like, "Oh, you're a woman. How am I even going to work with you? I can swear in front of you."
Wow. And this happens in Romania?
Yes. And I think it happens throughout the world. I think the issue of women in film is pertinent throughout the globe. It depends, of course, on culture. You know, there's some cultures that are still like more sexist and some that are, but there's still, for example, even in France, there's still not a lot of female filmmakers. And even in the States, which you think as like an example of democracy, only one female has won the Academy Award for Best Director. One in almost 100 years of Oscars. And for the cinematography, none have ever been nominated. So, I don't think it's a matter of talent. I don't think that talent has gender. And a third one, finding the right inspiration and reaching your audience, because the audience is the most important thing.
And what makes you decide that you have to and that you will go for the film-making career?
It chose me.
Did any particular incident happen, or there was some inspiration inside you, or there was something like you have some lifelong dreams from the childhood?
Definitely. Throughout my childhood, I was toying with all sorts of arts like music and painting, and I realized that film is the only art that combines all the arts, and it's just such a great tool to communicate, especially for me, things that are not being talked about. And I think that through the power of film, you can change hearts and minds about a number of things.
How difficult it is for a new filmmaker to get funding nowadays?
Oh, it's extremely difficult, because the ways to get funds in Europe especially, which we are lucky to have national funds, but they are controlled by the same people. It's, the doors are locked, and, the way you apply for these funds, you already have to have like credits, and so it's the old, paradox of like, how do you make a first film if you haven't made one?
How important are the film festivals for filmmakers, for example, yourself?
They are very important because, first of all, film is networking, and you meet people like yourself and other filmmakers, and you make connections.
Tell us about your latest feature film, Son of Men.
Well, Son of Men, I am working on producing right now. It's a very exciting project. It's a treasure hunting film about 3 generations of men that have been dedicating their whole life to finding the lost Inca gold in the Amazon. And it's an interesting genre. It's a mix of documentary and fiction. And those real-life explorers are actually playing themselves.
Your favorite film?
Shortcuts by Robert Altman.
Favorite color?
My favorite color? I don't think red.
Okay. Your favorite food?
My favorite, sushi.
Favorite country?
Favorite country, Brazil.
Director?
Favorite director, Kelly Reichardt.